Have you ever wondered why some motorcycles today feel almost boring, like there's something missing, something you once loved, but nobody talks about it? That feeling isn't a coincidence. It's intentional. You see, over the years, the motorcycle industry, and even the so-called authorities controlling it, have been quietly stripping away features that made riding thrilling, dangerous, and addictive. Features that gave you that raw, unstoppable feeling of freedom on two wheels. And you probably never noticed it. They made sure you wouldn't dot, because if people actually knew what was being taken away, they'd stop buying the same sanitized, safe, soulless bikes. They'd realize just how much the world wanted to control their experience. And make no mistake, this isn't just about motorcycles. It's about control. About making you follow rules, obey limitations, and settle for less without even questioning it. Today, I'm going to reveal 12 motorcycle features that have been banned. Some you may have seen once on classic bikes, some you might have dreamed about, but almost all of them were designed to give you power, excitement, and a connection to your machine that most riders today will never feel. And the craziest part? These bans weren't about safety. Not really. They were about obedience, about taking away choice, about taking away the thrill of being untouchable on the road. Once you see what's been banned, and why, your perspective on every new motorcycle you see in showrooms will change forever. You'll start to notice the missing pieces, the features that could have made your ride unforgettable, and how deeply manipulated the industry has made you accept mediocrity. By the end of this video, you won't just know what's banned, you'll understand the hidden reason behind it. You'll see how subtle, clever, and insidious the control really is. And honestly, you might feel cheated, because the freedom, the thrill, the edge, that feeling that made motorcycles more than just machines is slipping further and further away. And most riders, they're too distracted to even realize it. So sit tight, pay attention, and let me show you the shocking truth. Once you see these 12 features, you'll never look at a motorcycle the same way again. And when you do, you'll understand just how much they've taken from you and why they'll never give it back. 1. Kick starters. You might think starting a bike with a button is convenient, but that's exactly the point. The Kickstarter wasn't just a mechanical function, it was a ritual. You had to feel the bike, sense its energy, sync your movement with the engine. It was raw, physical, connecting rider to machine in a way modern bikes will never let you feel. Banning Kickstarters removes that sense of skill, control, and mastery, replacing it with passive, automated obedience. You don't fight the machine anymore, the machine fights for you. And slowly, that dulls your connection, your awareness, your instinct. 2. High displacement, small bikes. Once upon a time, manufacturers offered small bikes with engines so powerful they could throw you into a rush of adrenaline on tiny roads. Today, regulations limit engine sizes in lower classes, effectively killing what used to be the pocket rockets that made ordinary riders feel invincible. They don't tell you this, but this restriction ensures that riders grow dependent on large, slow, controlled machines that obey rules, not instincts. It's not safety, it's control disguised as safety. 3. Carburetors. Carburetors were the heart of riding skill. Tuning your carburetor, adjusting your fuel mixture, learning to anticipate how your engine responds. It taught patience, precision, and understanding. Today, fuel injection systems replace carburetors. Instant, clean, perfect, every time. Sounds good? Not really. You've lost the connection with the engine. You no longer understand the machine. You just ride it. This is subtle brainwashing, making you think ease is progress, while slowly removing mastery from your hands. 4. Steel frames instead of alloy. Steel frames were heavy, challenging, and demanded respect. Every turn, every brake, every shift was amplified by the weight. Alloy frames are lighter, easier, better, they say, but they also reduce the tactile relationship between rider and machine. Banning steel frames for mass production subtly forces you into a uniform experience: smooth, safe, predictable. Thrill is sacrificed for control, and once you get used to it, you'll never notice what you've lost. 5. Analog dashboards. Those old dials, needles, and gauges were alive. They communicated in a language you had to learn, feel, anticipate. Today's digital dashboards are sterile, simplified, and obedient. They tell you everything, leaving nothing to discover. Banning analog dials makes you dependent on a screen. You stop listening, stop sensing. Your mind becomes passive, your experience curated. And that's exactly the point. 6. Round headlights. Classic round headlights were a symbol of personality, danger, and identity. Modern bikes replace them with stylized LEDs, sharp edges, and conformity. It seems aesthetic, but it's manipulation. It strips uniqueness, reduces intimidation factor, and homogenizes the rider into a template. They are shaping what is acceptable, what is safe, what is allowed, and quietly, they remove your aura of dominance on the road. 7. Manual choke. Using a manual choke taught discipline. You had to anticipate, prepare, and react. Modern automatic chokes take away that responsibility. Sounds convenient? Maybe, but it also trains you to expect instant gratification, removing patience and skill. Banning manual chokes is not about ease, it's about conditioning riders to lose control, to surrender instinct to automation. 8. Loud exhausts. Loud, raw exhausts were a signal. I am here. I exist. I am untouchable. Modern regulations force quiet, muted exhausts. At first, you think it's about noise, safety, compliance, but deep down, it's about silencing rebellion, suppressing identity, conditioning conformity. They ban the sound that reminds you you're alive, powerful, and free. 9. Drum brakes on front wheels. Front drum brakes demanded respect, precision, and control. You couldn't just slam on the brake, you had to read the road, anticipate speed, and adjust pressure. Modern disc brakes are perfect, yes, but they remove the learning curve, the danger, the sense of achievement. Banning drum brakes is another step toward making riders passive, safe, predictable, and ultimately, obedient. 10. High-handed clip-ons. The old clip-on handlebars gave you posture, aggression, and connection to the front wheel like nothing else. New standardized handlebars are comfortable, ergonomic, but they erase that sense of danger, dominance, and skill. They make you a commuter, not a warrior. This subtle ban reshapes your posture, your body, your confidence, and your mind doesn't even notice. 11. Naked bikes without fairings. Fairings were introduced to protect riders, sure, but they also hide the raw aesthetic of the engine, the energy, the soul of the bike. Naked bikes allowed riders to feel the heartbeat of the machine, the wind on their body, the mechanical pulse. Banning naked bikes or heavily restricting them removes exposure, removes engagement, and pacifies the rider. You no longer feel alive, you feel cushioned. 12. Steel wheels. Steel wheels were heavy, sturdy, and demanded respect. Alloy wheels are light, fast, perfect, but they also disconnect the rider from subtle vibrations, from the tactile awareness of speed and terrain. Banning steel wheels removes a learning experience, a tactile connection, a form of mastery. Your bike becomes something to look at, not something to feel. So now you've seen them all 12 motorcycle features that were banned, stripped away, or disappeared quietly over time. And here's the truth they'll never tell you. Every ban, every safety measure, every modern convenience, it wasn't just about protection. It was about control, about making you accept less, about turning you from a rider into a passive observer, staring at a machine that no longer challenges you, excites you, or scares you. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these features do you miss the most? Which one makes you feel robbed of the thrill that bikes used to give? And more importantly, do you think the industry will ever let us ride like this again? Or are we destined to accept these tame, obedient machines forever? Comment below, because I know this topic isn't just about bikes, it's about freedom, about passion, about that raw, untouchable feeling that only a true rider knows. Share your thoughts, defend your favorites, or tell me which of these features you wish you could bring back, because trust me, this conversation isn't ending here. And if you thought this was shocking, just wait. There are countless secrets the motorcycle industry is hiding, and only a few of us are paying attention. So hit that like button if you want me to reveal more, subscribe if you're ready to question everything you've been taught, and buckle up, because the truth about motorcycles is far darker and far more thrilling than most people ever realize.